Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 4 video. Now, you guys seem to enjoy my last video where I basically compared the stats and the utility, the attachments, everything around two of what I think are some of the top ARs in the game, the KN57 and then of course the Maddox RFB. And in today's video, we're going to be comparing two other weapons that I think are very similar for the fact that they both have virtually no recoil. And they both are weapons that used to be like the top two weapons in the game, but through various nerfs and stuff have sort of moved down the tier list, but are still really good in this game. And that is the ICR and the VAPR. Now, I've talked about these weapons a lot on my channel, but today we're actually going head to head and comparing the two in this current meta because they both have strengths and they both have weaknesses. If you guys could drop a like on this video, I would really appreciate it. Your guys' support has been absolutely amazing. And if you guys could smash that like button, that'd be amazing. As soon as we hit 1,000 likes on this upload, I'm going to be double uploading tonight with another one late night. So as soon as we hit 1,000 likes, I'll be double uploading another video. So smash 1,000 likes, that'd be amazing. Subscribe if you guys are new, and let's get right into it and let's talk about it. Now, first of all, when it comes down to it, yes, both these guns they both have no recoil, and that's where their similarities come in play. And when it came down to before patch 1.04, like back in like October, these guns were absolutely insane. However, patch 1.04 basically brought them down a little bit, and it reduced the headshot damage of the ICR. It gave a slight reduction to the reload speed. It reduced the close range headshot damage of the VAPR and reduced the headshot multiplier of high caliber, making the VAPR impossible to get a 3-hit kill, which was super duper insane when you would slap high caliber on it. Getting 3-hit kills with an AR that had no recoil was an absolute joke, and of course that was nerfed. And they also nerfed the damage fall off on the VAPR. So when it comes down to these two weapons, we're going to compare the utility of them and the stats and everything. So first off, let's talk about the actual utility overall. Magazine size is going to be 35 on both of these weapons, so you're going to have the same magazine size. The aim down sight speed is going to be pretty much the exact same on both these weapons as well, as it's virtually identical on most of the assault rifles, even though they basically slowed them down on all of the ARs, but that's what you have as far as that. And then when it comes down to the reload speed, the ICR did have a faster reload, but that was slightly nerfed, so now those are around the same speed as well. So when it comes down to looking at magazine size, ADS and reload, there's not much difference here. I mean, they're both very good. They're both very good, and they both have similar utility in that regard. But where the utility comes in handy is you have to remember there's different things as well. We have to consider operator mods. Operator mod is not available for the ICR. It is a knifing one for the VAPR, which isn't very useful, so we'll scratch out operator mod category and call that one pretty much a draw as well. But where we get into the big discrepancy between these two weapons is when it comes down to attachments and when it comes down to the damage and time to kill. So we'll go through time to kills and damages. Now, the ICR is always going to be a 5 to 6 shot kill, and the VAPR is also always going to be a 5 to 6 shot kill. That is to the body, to 150 health person. It's just the easiest way to make an example of it. And basically, you can see so far through the first couple minutes of this video why these weapons are ones that I chose to compare. They're very similar. Now, when it comes to rounds per minute or the fire rate, the VAPR does have a little bit of a faster fire rate. It shoots at a 6.67, also 7.12 with rapid fire, which is available on this one, and the ICR shoots at a 6.15. So you do shoot a little bit faster with the VAPR, and when it comes down to it, and they're both killing in 5 to 6 shots, of course your time to kill, because of that extra 50 points you have on the RPM, your time to kill is going to be about 4 milliseconds faster than the ICR, which is very small. But if you are fighting directly in a one-on-one fight, it is noticeable enough to where the VAPR will win. Of course, connection comes into that and all the points, and in a game that's online like this, 4 milliseconds isn't that big of a deal, but it can be, and that's what we have as far as those. So when it comes down to shots to kill, the same, magazine size, all that stuff, the same. Rounds per minute, you're going to be shooting faster with the VAPR, which is good because you have a faster time to kill. However, it also means that you're going to be burning through your ammo quicker, and you're going to have to reload more on the VAPR than you are with the ICR. Now, when it comes to damage, this is where these guns really start to separate. Damage and attachments. So far, they've been very similar, but damage and attachments is where they really separate. So the ICR and the VAPR can both hit for 37 damage, but the ICR hits for 37 damage from basically up close up until 45 meters, which is very, very far. So with the ICR, you're pretty much always hitting that 5-shot kill. And when you, it does, after 45 meters or, you know, very, very far, it does start to hit for 29 damage only. And then it takes six shots to kill. But that won't happen too often. I mean, it will happen sometimes because you should be picking the ICR on a longer range map. And that's basically like the ICR strength right there. Is that it has the best damage fall off ranges out of any of the ARs, and that's because it was made as a no recoil gun to be used at long range. So the ICR is the best long range gun because of that out of the ARs. However, the Vapor also hits for 37 damage, but that is only up to around 10 meters. Now, the thing with that is you can extend that and almost double that 5-hit kill range by slapping on a long barrel. That is personal preference. If you want to use the Vapor with a little bit more distance, long barrel is a very, very great attachment for it. However, other people like to stick to that 10-meter range, play it up close with the silencer, which actually will reduce the range by about 20-25%. However, you know, silencer is basically would allow you to be stealthy, rushing around a little bit more with it. Long barrel, if you wanted to use the Vapor on more of a longer range map, is what I would recommend. So you can see that's where the changes really come down to it. The Vapor will kill faster up close to that, up to 10 meters. You know, 20 meters extended with long barrel, and then probably about 7 or 8 meters with suppressor, which is very, very little. However, that when it gets to the 10 to 30 meter mark or 10 to 45 meter mark, you're going to be actually killing faster with the ICR because the ICR is still going to be killing in 5 shots and the fire rate isn't that big of a discrepancy. So that's what it comes down to on time to kills. Vapor is better up close. The ICR is better at range. But just because of that doesn't mean that I would take the ICR on bigger maps every single time. The reason why I personally think the Vapor is better than the ICR as of right now, and how I would even go with like a Vapor long barrel, which could be a great combo, is because of all of the nerfs to the ICR and because of the attachments that they concern with, that they carry, and the nerfs are what I'm concerned with. So basically, with the nerfs, they have slowed down a bunch of the ARs. They've slowed down the ADS move speed. They've slowed down the ADS transition speed, and this was all part of the effect of trying to make the SMGs and the ARs more on par and more balanced. So when it comes down to it, so far we've broken down almost everything, and I think these videos are very, very helpful for picking between two weapons, because I don't straight up say one is better than the other in every way. I mean, I would say that if that was the truth. That isn't the truth. You know, it's all about sacrifices and opportunity cost. So with the ICR, the better gun at long range, my issue with the ICR is there is no stock attachment available on it. The attachments available for the ICR are grip 1, grip 2, FMJ, quick draw, laser sight, and long barrel. It has some nice ones. Probably I usually use grip 1, grip 2, and quick draw, but that's pretty much it. You're sort of locked into using grip 1, grip 2, and quick draw. And grip 1 and grip 2, sure, they reduce, or grip 2 reduces your sort of flinch in gunfights, direct one-on-one gunfights. However, that's been nerfed, I think, twice, and the actual grip aspect of reducing recoil doesn't really help this weapon because the ICR already has no recoil. So I really think that the ICR, you know, grip 1 and grip 2 were great attachments on this gun when this gun first came out because they basically, you know, reduced the flinch so much. They're not as effective now, and the ICR is a great gun. Personally, I don't like playing with stock that often, and that is my biggest gripe with this thing, this gun. It has amazing hip fire. It's super good at long range, very good at close range, but playing with a weapon without stock makes it feel very, very slow to me. And now if you're someone that likes playing without stock, I definitely say go with the ICR and you can do well with that. However, that's the one thing you will notice is that you'll be moving a little bit slower. On the other hand, with the Vapor, we have stock 1, stock 2, suppressor, long barrel, fast mags, rapid fire, and high caliber. So a lot of attachments that are probably higher tiered or better in my opinion, and that are not available on the ICR are available on the Vapor. And I like having stock. I like to run stock on it every single time, and then you can have your choice. If you want to go with something like a rapid fire and get an even faster time to kill up close, if you want to go with something like a long barrel and get an even faster time to kill at range, if you want to go with a silencer and stay off the radar, if you want to go for high caliber and go for a 4-shot headshot shots. I mean, there's so much more options that you can do with the Vapor, and in my opinion, the ICR is still an absolutely great gun in this game, but it's sort of fixed to play one style, which is sort of posting up in an area, fighting gunfights at long range and being ready for those fights, ahead of time. The Vapor, you can play it in multiple different styles, and I think when it comes down to it, long range, that ICR is going to be better, because long range you don't really have to worry about strafing too much. But if you want to compete with it, put the long barrel on the Vapor. And then when it comes down to the overall weapons, personally, my favorite out of these two would be the Vapor. I love the ICR when the game first came out, but just how much they've slowed it down, and how you have stock 1, stock 2, you have a bunch of different cool attachments available, and there's guns out there like the KN, the Maddox, the Vapor, the Rampart that have super cool attachments, and the ICR does have grip 1 and grip 2. I just think those aren't as effective anymore, and if you have problems with flinch, you can just throw on an LMG, which already has flinch reduction built in with the LMG, something like the Titan, which is super overpowered. Anyway, that's my opinion on these weapons. They are both very good in this game, and they both have their strengths and weaknesses. The Vapor's weakness coming in that mid-range where it falls off pretty quick, and the ICR's weakness in its utility and ability to strafe and just being slow. Thanks for watching, guys. Drop a like on this thing if you guys could. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. Check out some of my other vids, and I'm out. Peace.